Ladies and gents, welcome back to another video. So 2021 finally coming to a close and 2022 is here. It's actually our first crypto news market update for the start of this year. And there's definitely a ton of great things that we're going to cover in this episode so you can get a better idea of what you should expect for this brand new start of the year. By the end of this video, you're going to get my idea on what I expect the crypto markets to do, the next innovative markets to be on the lookout for so you can maximize the amount of money as an investor. And towards the end of this video, you'll just be getting an idea on what's going on. Sorry, this is actually my second time recording today's episode. My first one, 30 minutes. 30 minutes of fire. Camera wasn't recording. Camera forgot to do that. But it happens. It happens as a YouTuber. That's what happens. So let's start today's video. Let's hop into the computer. Let's go over some of the fascinating research and points that I found that I want to share with you guys for today. Also, before I forget, don't forget to drop a like down below on this video. We gained 890,000 subscribers in the year 2021. We're looking to at least double or triple that for 2022. Yes, we have a good amount of subscribers right now, but it is not too late to ever join the Jung Dynasty. Come on, Brian. All right, so the global crypto market cap for today is sitting at $2.21 trillion, or down about 1.63% for the day. As of today, Bitcoin has fallen down below $46,000, or down below 2.36% in the last one day. All around the board, we're going to see different cryptocurrencies, all the high caps and mid caps being down generally about 9 to 10% in the last 1 week. Now, one thing that I'm going to talk about a little bit more later on in this video is the principle of decoupling. So what is that? So generally before in the crypto market, whenever we saw Bitcoin take a little bit of a dip, we actually noticed that all other altcoins in the market did the same thing as well. Even with Bitcoin going down currently with a lot of the high caps still having a bit of a hit, if we go into the last 24% hour increasers, you'll notice that there are still a ton of other altcoins that are actually green or up positive even today. In the last week, we've seen Cosmos Atom come up 20% in the last 7 days. This is really good news because anytime we do see Bitcoin going down, normally it would affect every single investor who has any part in the crypto market. If Bitcoin is not happy on one day and it wants to be a little bit more sad, we should actually expect to see a bit more altcoins still running at its own pace regardless of this top asset. Going on to the altcoin season indicator, which is also telling us we are right in the middle here, about 49. It is not altcoin season, nor is it Bitcoin season. But if we take a look at the last top 50 performance over the last 90 days with the top cryptos, you'll notice we're still up a significant amount. Just as an example, some of the top Metaverse coins, Sand is up 630%. Gala is up 333%. We have Mana up 332% in the last 90 days. And even a little bit of love for Crypto.com's token, CRO, also known as Crow. If we take a look at Bitcoin, you'll notice that there is clear separation where Bitcoin is still down about 7% while other altcoins had absolutely mooned. With this being said, don't forget that there is still some strong contrast here. Just as we've had some increases, there are also some coins that did lose some money too. But obviously, as you can tell from the last 90 days, the upside that you're getting compared to the money that you may have lost into putting it into other altcoins in the market is still far from none. You can just see a clear difference right here. With that being said, if we take the yearly altcoin season indicator, yeah, we're on a 92. It is still altcoin season, meaning there's still a lot of money to be made. And if you want to break out of any financial rut that you're in, if you're trying to make a better investment compared to anything else that exists in this market today, I still choose crypto in terms of innovation, in terms of gain, in terms of networking opportunity, and all the fun things that are going to happen soon, which we are going to talk about in this video. Going into the last top 50 performance over the last year, you'll notice compared to Bitcoin, which is still up a good amount, Bitcoin was up 51%. In the last 1 year, we have other altcoins like Axie Infinity up 17,000%, FTF up 15,000%, Luna up 15,000%, Matic up 13,000%, Solana still up, what is that, 8,826%? I mean, the growth that we've seen has been incredible within this market, and it's really hard to ignore that. Now, I know a lot of people may see this and actually get a bit more discouraged saying, Brian, well, over the last 1 year of 2021, we've seen crypto cryptos do well and I still missed out on it. But I want you to be a little bit more optimistic than that. Just because we've seen growth happen does not mean this is the top of the market at all. Now, I actually believe that this is the contrary. I think this is where we're just getting started. I think 2022 is going to be a year of the most amount of innovation that we've seen. And right now, if you're trying to place bets and if you're trying to make the right amount of moves in making the most amount of money possible in this market, here's what you need to know. Just as a reminder, Metaverse is what has really taken the world by storm in the last recent months, ever since Facebook had decided to rebrand itself into Meta. You'll notice that the peak of the interest on Google Trends showed that this was at a 100, indicating that it was at the highest amount of hype during that time, but it actually hasn't cooled off fully either just yet. Even today, it's sitting at a 67, which is fairly high in the interest over time, meaning people are still looking into Metaverse. We just haven't gotten any news on why we would see the next explosion. A lot of those Metaverse tokens have been cooling off, correcting, but they haven't fallen down from when they were before. The cryptocurrency Sand, which was one of our earlier callouts, if you guys have been following along on this channel, is still up a significant amount, even where within a year ago is at 4 cents and right now at $5.61. In the last 3 months since we've had its explosion, Sand could have easily crashed, especially where a lot of the hype decided to go down. But the reason why I believe Metaverse is here to stay is just because of how amazing, how innovative, and how a lot of this is going to play a fact into where the future of the entire world is going to be next. Instead of being a more laid back, passive investor, be on top of the moves. Invest into different areas that you feel will blow up, not when it's getting full greed right now. Do it when it's cooled down. Do it when we see a crypto fear and greed index of extreme fear for the full month and where we see the overall sentiment go down. As investors, yes, you can still make money riding the hype train and learning to exit a bit more quickly than others. But if you do want to make the most amount of gains possible, it's all about following these videos on YouTube, subscribe. But really, it's all about actually just staying on top of these trends, knowing how to do the research on the downtime in the off season. And it pretty much correlates to sports. If I have anyone watching these videos and you're an athlete, you know that you don't get all your results from just playing the sport. It actually happens in that off season where you can prepare, where you can train, where you're mentally going to know exactly what you need to do when the time comes. With that being said, as amazing as it is for a lot of this innovation to occur within different markets, we do need to make sure that Bitcoin holds steady. So where are we with Bitcoin today? What do I think is going to happen next? When it comes to Bitcoin, currently we're sitting at $45,781. It is definitely not a good sign to see anytime Bitcoin goes below that 20-day moving average, which is sitting at $48,468. Ever since Bitcoin came down from its previous all-time high of over $67,000, we've been coming down in price, but more short-term, it's been a roller coaster. This is just like a happy, sad, a bit of bipolarity within the crypto markets, a little bit of kangaroo action, showing us resistance levels of $52,000 and Bitcoin on some days dipping down below $45,000. And, you know, within this channel, this is actually still showing us pretty good news because this is all opportunity. Whenever we get these type of volatility movements where you can enter anywhere near $45,000 to $47,000, Bitcoin has its run up, is able to break past that, go to $50,000, you have clear entry and exits. Now, just doing a quick little rundown of what we experienced in the past too, just even in the long term, a lot of people fail to do this and they fail to zoom out. Bitcoin was just at $32,000 1 year ago today, and Bitcoin is still up significantly since that starting point, currently at $45,842. Now, if you're getting into crypto, most people just want to invest into Bitcoin. I think it's just because Bitcoin is still the most popular crypto that everyone has heard of. If they heard about what cryptocurrency could be, they probably heard about Bitcoin before that. If you want to make more money in this market as an investor, it's going to happen within these altcoins. Before we do that and talk about some of the expectations of what's going to happen for 2022 and how to best prepare for that, if we take a look at the TVL as well, locked into DeFi Llama, you'll notice that we haven't even been seeing a ton of money exiting either. This is just going to go and play a part into the idea of decoupling, showing that many of these cryptocurrencies are still staying strong. So two resources that I wanted to share with you in this video is one, this article here by Bloomberg, where they titled Bitcoin at $100,000 or popped by Feds. Analysts give their 2022 views. Most importantly, this line right here stood out to me, and it states the number one influencing factor for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in 2022 is going to be central bank policy. They continue to state cheap money is here to stay, which has huge implications for crypto, as the Fed doesn't have the stomach or backbone to withstand a 10 to 20% collapse in the stock market, along with an adverse reaction in the bond market as well. The importance of this paragraph depicts the idea of how important it is for us to keep an eye out on 1, interest levels, 2, inflation, and 3, the tapering. This is all done by the federal government, and as soon as we get some adjustments made into the market, that's when we could see another volatility or downside to the crypto market. To make this easy to understand for beginners, if you guys have been going grocery shopping or buying any everyday simple goods, inflation has been affecting almost all markets. According to this article here, it states that the US inflation rate rose to 6.8% over the last year, to its highest point since 1982. Many investors are continuing to expect inflation to rise, and once we do get the Fed stepping in and trying to implement any type of tapering into the market, that's when we're going to notice a lot of whales and other investors investing their money into more of those safer markets. Right now, even savings account are offering some of the lowest yield possible to this date. Going down the article, they do also talk about the excitement about in 2022 where it's going to happen in the metaverse. The birth and use of the term metaverse is a beautiful mess and has a lot of potential, and it'll be one of the overarching themes of next year. The metaverse, the infrastructure building, and then the NFTs that will make up part of the economy there. Now, a lot of this was also mentioned over on the Masari crypto thesis report. I'm actually working on going through the entire report. It's kind of long. It's 165 pages. It's very in-depth, but I do want to give you guys my own thoughts and some of the key lessons that I learned from after dissecting this report myself. So it's not going to go into this video. Once I do have my research and my key points finished for this report here, I will be making a separate video soon. The next article that I want to talk about is regarding what's next, trends and innovation in technology for 2022. In this article, they state 2021 was a year where investment in VC grew very fast. Just to give context, global investment in startups had never exceeded $100 billion on a quarterly basis before this year, which has happened in the first 3 quarters of the year. This growth was not only driven by the number of deals, but also by the increase in capital raised. During the first 3 quarters of the year, the number of rounds of $100 million plus double compared to last year, and the figure of new decacorns or companies valued at $10 billion also increased by 100%, with 30 new ones as of November 2021 versus 15 in all of 2020. Reflecting on the last 12 months and based on the global VC activity, we identified 5 of these predictions that were key in the development of the VC industry. In this article here, they mention embedded AI or artificial intelligence, which is becoming increasingly relevant at the business level. In point number 2, they mention branding content and social commerce, where this space will exceed $7 billion in capital raising by the end of 2021. Micro-fulfillment centers and hyper-localization, they state the pandemic undoubtedly accelerated the adoption of e-commerce at a global level, and as a result, these business models were born focused on minimizing waiting time for consumers, optimizing last-mile logistic costs, and maximizing the customer experience. Right underneath that, we have our favorite, blockchain and NFTs. So with the evolution of blockchain technology continuing its accelerated growth, with 2021 being a year with important milestones such as Coinbase's IPO in April through a direct listing, valuing the cryptocurrency exchange at $65 billion at the time of its exit. Within the NFT ecosystem, there was an increase in interest from global VC funds among the most relevant investment rounds, which were $900 million for a Series B from FTX, or the $100 million Series B from the NFT marketplace OpenSea, led by A16Z, which reached a valuation of $1.5 billion. In addition to that, cybersecurity is going to be huge. They use the example of the Colonial Pipeline hacked, which we discussed also on this channel during the last summer. What I loved most about this article was this graph right here, which shows us on the x-axis the popularity and on the y-axis what the market is driven by. Is it driven by the market or is it driven by context? So you're going to notice here Web 3.0 and DAOs are going to have more context driven, while it may not have the most amount of popularity compared to things like cybersecurity mesh, which is highly market driven. So I think this is just going to show us exactly what the trends are going to create. If we see more demand, if we see Web 3.0 going even crazier with innovations happening from companies that many people didn't expect, just like the boom we saw with Metaverse and mainstream public getting into it, I could also see any entity related to either one of these niches doing extremely well as well. All right, so with all that being said and everything that we've experienced within this last year, what am I expecting to happen next? What am I going to do in order to make sure that we stay prepared? Well, for all of our Brian Jung followers, subscribers, people who may have joined a month ago, or people who have been with us since the day one when I was making credit card content, or even just a year ago when this crypto bull run started. A lot of people have made money from the content we make. That's just a fact. People make money, we help you, we provide that value, and my objective as a YouTuber is to make sure that I can make as much money for people as possible by doing my research and giving you guys videos just like this. I think moving forward into the year, if we can say we're going to see the most amount of innovation, we have to be on the lookout for things like regulation. We have to be on the lookout for different emerging markets that are going to take a place into how much growth we can actually experience. Innovation is clear. It will happen. I personally believe 2022 is going to have more innovation than any year we've experienced before. And that's with saying, with all the NFT craze we've had, with all the cryptos popping off, with people just starting new trends and seeing the different developments within social media and other platforms, I really believe 2022 is going to be an exciting year. For me, I expect us to see more involvement within the metaverse. I think a lot of those AAA games, as an example, Warzone, Fortnite, Activision, League of Legends, a lot of these companies that have been making good amounts of money, they're going to make pivots. They're going to want to stay relevant. And in order to stay relevant, they need to do what people want. Eventually, otherwise people are going to switch over to crypto related games. I think crypto gaming is going to be a full niche, but it is still a little bit early to tell how that war is going to be won. It's going to be a war between blockchain projects versus the AAA game titles. These companies already have trust. They've already been known to do well, but they've gone greedy. They've never implemented a play to earn feature where their people pay them money. So we buy a skin. If you're playing Warzone, you're playing Fortnite, if we buy a skin, we're spending money. We never see a cent of that money back. The idea that play to earn, where if I play a blockchain or a crypto related game and I can actually make money from the hours that I'm investing into, that is huge right there. That is what people want. And it's not that difficult for a lot of these AAA companies to be able to implement a move just like that. If I was playing Warzone and I wanted to buy a skin, say there's only 1,000 skins for that, I buy it off the mint or the marketplace, I keep it. My buddy Joe says, yo, Brian, I want that skin from you. I sell it to him and I keep a little bit of profit. And then he places on the marketplace and everyone wants it. So he makes even more money. A lot of these companies, they get greedy. They don't share the profit. Even with a business model like that, the people could make money. The companies could even offer like a 10% transaction fee in between that, and we would see that innovation we need. So I think when it comes to like the crypto gaming market, it all just depends on how fast a lot of these companies that are already established are planning to make their pivots. Are they going to stay stubborn and not make a pivot at all and just trust that people are going to continue to play their games while crypto games is going to move up in the market? Or are they going to allow some of these abilities and features that people are looking for moving into the year and give them out? With all of that being said, the big takeaway from this video is that yes, we're going to see a lot of innovation. I don't think crypto is just going to be this irrelevant asset that completely just fades away with the dust. I think if anything, just like I said in my last crypto news report video, Bitcoin's going to consolidate. And that's exactly what we've been seeing. Past 1 month with Bitcoin, we've been seeing resistance levels of $52,000 and support levels going down below $45,000. I would not be surprised if we're still trading within this channel, but until we experience any type of breakout or we're able to get past those moving averages, which is currently what we're underneath now, crypto should still be relatively consolidating, relatively flat until we get news on that. This is a good thing for anyone who is trying to line up their bags, reallocate their portfolio, and that is exactly what I'm planning to do as an investor. Now, this was definitely a bit of a longer video than I anticipated, but I did want to cover as much ground as I could, especially because for the month of December, I think we post like 2 videos that month. So my New Year's resolution, you guys can keep me accountable. I'm just trying to be as consistent as possible on this channel, and I want to make sure that you guys are kept up to date every single day of what's going on in the market. If you guys did enjoy content like this, don't forget to drop the secret code word for today. It says B on here. Comment down below below, B, like Bumblebee, B. On top of that, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Check out the Patreon, link down below if you guys want to have additional access to my community, talk with like-minded individuals, and if you want to invest in yourself, this is a great opportunity to do it. One more thing, don't forget to check out FTX, link down below in the description of this video. So FTX is the easiest place to buy crypto and NFTs with no fees for buying and no minimum fees or withdrawal fees at all either. If you're trying to get started with crypto and you don't want to get bogged down with all these additional fees, check out my link down below in the description for you to get started today. Anyways, thanks to FTX for sponsoring today's video. Thank you guys for watching this video all the way till the end. I appreciate you guys. And until next time, peace out. Wait, follow me on Instagram at CreditBrian, and they're scammers. Scammers will follow you back. It's not me. All the fake accounts. Do that. Okay, peace out.